Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Today I'm trying out Dwarf Fortress. First time. The music you're hearing is from the game. It's been playing over my starting soon screen this whole time. Do let me know if it's too loud or not. I'm not quite sure. Um, I haven't done anything with this game except for change it to windowed view and alter the audio a little bit just so it wasn't quite as loud. But beyond that, I haven't opened anything. I haven't created a new world. This is literally the first time I'm looking at this game. So it's going to be interesting. You get to watch me fail, you get to watch me learn things, explore stuff, miss stuff. It should be pretty fun. I'm going to create a new world. There wasn't much else in the settings and stuff. Like, settings looks pretty cool. It's definitely different. As you can see, it's just so code-minded sort of thing. And they had a little bit about Dwarf Fortress and the creators and whatnot, Dan and Zach. Kudos to them, and I love the music too that they've chosen. Reminds me a lot of like RimWorld crossed with Diablo, like old Diablo. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So creating a new world, and I've got no idea what to expect with this. Like literally, I don't know what to change. So the world map size is a pocket. It's smaller or small. I guess you're supposed to choose these. Let's see what this is. Welcome to Dwarven Fortress. The Dwarf Fortress. I keep calling it Dwarven Fortress. Prepare to guide your stout chargers to fortune in a world fraught with many perils. You'll begin by creating your world and watching the region's history unfold. Once this process is complete, you can prepare a group and send them out to seek wealth deep in the mountains. As you dig deeper and more citizens take up residence in your outpost, your doings will attract attention, both wanted and unwanted. Deal with challenges as they arrive, and you might one day find that your humble settlement has grown to become a mountain home and center of your civilization. Okay, kind of cool. Oh, there was more stuff behind it. Okay, so I'm guessing the highlighted yellow ones are all the presets, like what it's actually set as. And I'm probably just going to go with what it's got for the first time. But obviously, you can have like really tiny, like just a pocket size map. You can have all the way up to large history length. Okay, it's 100 years. I wonder if that's like, I know this is a little uncouth, but like dating sim games where you get like 100 years in quotes to like succeed, perhaps. I wonder if that's a set timeline that you've got. So that would be kind of cool. 100 years. Obviously, if it is that, which we'll find out, I guess you can have like the choice of having like a really quick game or a really long game. This is definitely in between. Let's see, number of civilizations. Okay, so medium must be what you can interact with perhaps in the world. Like, I understand that I think you've got to kind of like tunnel and build and stuff. So I'm guessing maybe you can encounter other people, or perhaps it's like RimWorld where you have like so many different allies on the map, factions and stuff. The maximum number of sites. I'm not quite sure what that means. I guess we'll get to figure that out as we go. Number of beasts, medium. Okay, so there's beasts. I did hear that you could have like cats and stuff like that. That was pretty cool. I didn't know what else you could get. I know the absolute bare minimum about this game. I've seen a tiny snippet of gameplay when my friend Hazardous King, another streamer, played it. But I literally only like I clicked in, I saw what he was playing. I'm like, no spoilers, and clicked out. So it wasn't really helpful for him. um, but yeah, that'll be interesting to see what kind of beast you can get. Let's see, natural savagery. Would that be like, wild humans and stuff? Would that be like aggressive animals and stuff? Because that's also medium, so that's interesting. Let's see, mineral occurrence. Now, I understand mineral occurrence, right? Now, I haven't played Minecraft, which I should really do one day, but I do understand that it's kind of like the plentifulness of certain types of like rarer minerals and stuff like that. and kind of like with Age of Empires, you can kind of like turn up how many kind of like gold mines and stuff like that you'll encounter and stuff. So you can have a very wealthy base if you want. And I could understand if you changed it to very rare, that would be quite difficult, I'd imagine. But it depends. I guess if you were playing like a really quick game, you could just go probably all low and it would be quite fast. This is just my understanding so far. Okay, so we've got detailed mode, mods. Okay, so let's have a look at. Whoa. Okay. So you've got large island. Okay, so you've got all sorts of different regions. Island, region, island. Okay, so you've got what looks like basically small, medium, large, and pocket of island or regions. They're your two choices. Hey, Phoenix. Careful of my mic. Don't click on stuff. Oh, Phoenix is so prone to like clicking on my mouse as he walks past, and I don't know why. Okay, so you've got like set width, so that looks like it's squared. Random seed. Oh, no, no, no. I don't want it to be off that. Let's see. So I guess you can just have whatever. How unimportant historical features. I'm not reading through all of these just yet. I know this is my first playthrough, but this is so much information to take in, and a lot of it I understand won't make sense to me until I start to experience certain things for myself and kind of get used to them. But yeah, obviously you can toggle on and off stuff. You'll probably increase stuff, like that looks like an elevation. So if you're on an island, perhaps you can like change how much it is. See new parameters. Save load. Okay, so you can kind of like make custom ones and save it by the look of it. What's mods? Okay, wow. They have quite a lot of mods available. This game is like basically brand new, so I wasn't expecting there to be any choices to go with it. You can have things like vanilla text, languages, descriptors, materials, environment, plants, items, buildings, bodies, creatures, entities, reactions, interactions, description, graphics. Like it keeps going. You must be able to. Oh, you can change music too. That's cool. And so then over here we've got these are default Dwarf Fortress words and their translations into the in-game language. All right, that's kind of cool. So I don't think I've changed anything. I hope not. I know Phoenix clicked on something and he's given me this look like whatever he did is just perfect. So I'll never know if this is truly unedited or not. Let's create it. What are you doing? Looking all majestic. Just sitting next to my mouse. I caught him sitting on my mouse this morning. There's whole starfish right on there. I had to go and clean it. It's mortifying. That's a fascination with sitting on things. Let's see. Creating Urshel members. The realms of enchantment. Two rejected. I wonder what that means. Preparing elevation, settings temperature, running rivers, forming lakes and minerals. So I'm guessing it's a kind of like when RimWorld renders in a map and it kind of like, or even Don't Starve Together brings in a map and it brings in so many elements of preset designs and will only put in so many based on what kind of map has generated, and it will be kind of randomized. I mean, it'll be a predictable randomization, but like me having never played this, it will be completely random and I won't know what any of this is. Like that kind of looks like perhaps gold because it's got like little glittering, little golden sort of spots on it, and it's rock. These have got like little houses. Oh, these are automatically popping in as this is loading. Oh, that's cool. Look at them go. See the trees coming in? I wonder if these are food or if they're like a certain type of tree. I kind of figured that the dwarven stuff would be all underground. Kind of didn't think there was going to be an above ground element to it. I've seen a brief clip of one that has magma, and I thought it was kind of like an underground perspective, but perhaps it's not. Bridge Chronicles. Okay, so it's generating what year it is. I do wonder how fast this is going to go too. Oh, I wasn't even reading this. It's bringing in all these events and all these like very important people and wow, okay. So it's like documenting that like in early winter uh something was created. I missed it. The human relic help silvers? Okay, that's kind of cool. I guess obviously like I could pause and read this, but it is just bringing in all this stuff. Or does it have to bring in 100 years of previous history? Because that would be interesting as well. Because I know in some games, like how you interact with another colony or another faction now could affect how you get to interact with them 20 years in the future. I haven't played a lot of those games, so that would be very challenging for me. Oh, yeah, they're recounting legends. These must be all legends of the time and places. Sorry, I just had to sneeze there. I'm getting better at my quick mute so I don't sneeze on the mic. God forbid I just blast your ears out when I sneeze. What's it? Routed the quick bell of the mysterious guilds and destroyed ink slides. Interesting. I'm not sure how long this runs for either. Like I said, it's completely my first time opening and running this. I basically only opened it just slightly before the stream started, just so I could kind of like tweak with the sound settings so it wasn't blasting your eardrums out, making sure that you were able to hear me over it because the music was quite loud. And I imagine if you're playing it generally, you could have it where you could adjust the volume on your speakers or whatever, and you don't have to worry about say talking over it. But obviously, because I'm playing this to stream it, you guys probably need to be able to hear me a little bit if you guys want to hear me at all. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to see what else is kind of like loading in because there's like some activity happening down here. And I'm not sure what it was. Like, when you look at something and you're not sure what changed, that's what I've got the feeling of. I'm like, what changed over here? And there's a little town. I'm guessing that these might be maybe like the dwarven houses, entrance ways. That looks like it's getting bigger to me. So what are they up to now? They're still recounting legends. Myth year of 205. I think that's counting up. Yeah, counting up. I'm wondering what the significance of historical figures are. Oh yeah, they got elves and stuff in there as well. Kind of funny. Phoenix has come and stolen his soft blankie from in front of my keyboard between the keyboard and the window. However, Azula's usually asleep on that, so I don't know how long that's going to last before she gets up. They have a little hissy fit at each other. So it rolls through the seasons. I wonder how long a season is. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I hear of like abridged, I can't not think of the old like Yu-Gi-Oh abridged that used to be on YouTube, like probably I don't know 10 or more years ago. Used to be just like the funniest shit. Used to just be like they had the video footage of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, and then they had people that were like doing half decent like voice acting, mind you. Like if you weren't paying a lot of attention, they could probably pass in some senses. Half the time they couldn't, but it was situational, and like they were always just like in the stupidest situations. I literally have, I think, Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge song of just all the times where they're just activating like trap cards and um, just, I don't know, just doing their dual battles and stuff like that. And it's just funny as to listen to because it's in a song instead. It's not like rap or spoken word. It's literally like, I don't know, just piece together. Quite funny. So what's happened? Okay. Oh, okay. If I highlight over something, it says what's in it. Okay, we'll get to that in a sec. So let's see. Okay, now keep on, return to main menu. Alright, well if I'd played this before, I might know if any of this is not desirable. I'm guessing I could probably scroll through this and find out. Let's see. To recenter, press WASD, hold plus drag to middle mouse button. Alright. So I guess I'm supposed to find somewhere on here. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. So I'm using the WAS keys. What's up here? What's this? Field of House. The containment of decisions. The shrubland. It's warm. Woodland trees. It's got moderate vegetation. Wilderness. Uh, it kind of cuts off. Oh, okay. Yeah, it kind of cuts off a little bit off to the side. But let's see. Shallow clay, very deep soil, heavy aquifer, iron, gold, silver, copper, zinc, platinum, tin, lead, foxstone layer. Yeah, this is going to be really interesting because I'm not actually going to know what is good land to grow in. What's this? It's the hills of meditation. Ooh. All right, that sounds interesting. What are these? The mountain of panting? Right. Continent of decisions. Okay, I gather that this must be the continent itself is the continent of decisions. So I've gathered that. And obviously, whatever's mineable, I do understand in most of these games that whatever you need to mine is important. It looks like a volcano. Is that a volcano? Let's see. It's warm, sparse trees, moderate vegetation, untamed wilds. Hey, it is a volcano. The future furnace. Interesting. I wonder if, because this map's so huge, like, am I clicking on a tile and choosing that spot, or am I choosing an area and expanding outwards from it? That's interesting to know. I kind of wish I could zoom out a little bit more and kind of just see. Is that an animal? Let's see. It is a whirling prairie. It's a shrubland, hot, woodland, moderate, haunted. Interesting. Uh, Bottom lustful. And it's got shallow clay, shallow sand, very deep soil, light aquifer. Yeah, okay. I wasn't expecting there to be like an option for haunted areas. What's this? Savannah. Okay, so it actually does say where it is. So what was that? That was a tropical shrubland. This is a mountain. It's kind of obvious. Oh, okay. Here's the edges of the map. Righto. I wonder if it matters if you choose an island, because I know in RimWorld it does, and you can obviously see like here is quite shallow, but I'm not seeing any shallowness going back to the actual main build, like main continent or whatever. Oh, there's ice. Okay, tundra, and okay, it's all kind of tundra, glacier. Yeah, okay. What's tundra say? So it's freezing. There's no vegetation, no trees. Well, scarce vegetation. and surroundings are wilderness, shallow sand, very deep soil. I'm guessing the depth of a place must be very important. It'd be so funny if I'm completely wrong. Let's see. Tiger. Okay, what's this? Forest and competition. So it's cold, it's heavily forested, there's thick vegetation and wilderness. Okay. Pretty cool. What is this? It's a temperate shrubland again. Alright. So this looks like we're back to kind of where we started, was like about here. Something like that. I think. Yeah, yeah. So this was mountains. It's like aquifer, serene. So I'm guessing if it's serene, it would be like calming effect on my people, perhaps. There's no trees. Warm vegetation's thick. What's next to it? Temperate freshwater swamp. Oh wow, so this is all swamp. That's unexpected. Temperate savanna. That's got calm as well. Hmm. What is this thing? I'm guessing oh, okay. So that chunk of like, I don't know, orangey sort of text must be like somebody's like stronghold or something. Yeah, if you go over something that's got that on it, it has like that wall of text that sort of talks about it. What are these? They are temperate comfort forest. It's temperate, heavily forested, and thick. Surroundings are calm. But shallow clay. So shallow clay obviously seems to be a problem because it's like bright red. I know that from you call oxygen not included. They have that kind of color system for like this is bad, this is good kind of stuff. And anything that's kind of like just neutral is white colored text. So I'm guessing purple must be like unusual, perhaps a rare or like special type thing like you get with geysers. Um, okay, so I'm not at all sure to go where to go at all, and I don't want to get too close to civilizations just in case that pisses them off. Because I know in some games it really does if you're too close. Let's see. I thought about being near this, honestly. Then I'm like close to that town and that haunted thing. But then again, this also looks interesting as well. The temperate shrublands that are temperatures are temperate. It's got woodlands, vegetation is moderate, uh, joyous wilds. It's got some kind of fruits. Oh, a brook. Shallow sand, some soil, light aquifer. Okay, maybe I wouldn't mind having a look in something like that. Is this okay? Serene, moderate, woodlands, temperate. It's in clay. So what's the beef with like clay? And I understand like, shallow stuff seems to be bad because I figured these guys are tunnelers, right? So if I look at this, obviously mountains aren't bad. Yeah, that's not coming up. Wow, okay, they're haunted. What is this? Desert? Rocky wasteland? Interesting. I wasn't expecting so many different types of like, I don't know, land sort of variety, I guess. What's this? Tropical dry, can't even say that, forests. Red forest? Redolf? I'm gonna go with that. Close enough. What is this? Grasslands. Okay. Wow, alright, they're hot. So this place definitely has like quite a diverse variety of stuff. And I don't know if you can have boats, but I'm pretty sure I saw a brief clip that had like a rail system going across water. So perhaps it's like a bridge or something. Over here looks pretty. I mean, there's stuff over there, but what is this? Because this area looks pretty unpopulated. that's shrublands again. Very deep soil. Okay, so that's gold. I would imagine if it's not an issue, it should be fine. Unless, of course, you've got to dig through like a lot of soil before you get to something solid. Interesting. What is this? Oh, a lot of this is green. Mirthful. What is it? Brook, the rapidity of paint. So I'd like to find something that's perhaps got like not deep soil. Kind of want something that's about, I don't know, mostly white text with like perhaps maybe only like one thing that's bad. Like over here's not bad. It's just that there's like no trees there. Little soil. Okay. I'm guessing that like soils and stuff might be useful. What's this? Badlands. Okay. So it, wow, okay, shallow clay, some soil, light aquifer. That's pretty bad. Alright. Obviously it's called Badlands. Alright. And this is desert sand. Alright. So I'm guessing I don't want anything that's kind of like desert or like tundra. Um, I kind of want to go for something that sounds like it might be alright to begin with, just until I figure out what I'm doing. What is this? This one's got pretty much nothing bad about it, except it's got no trees there. Okay, so the really light patches are obviously like mostly okay, except for clay, shallow sand, deep soil. Might try for something in here. I mean, that looks like it's got a town. Okay, if it's got a town, what about up here? It's got clay, deep soil. Bad you people. People are never happy. What about up here? Alright. This is definitely like, I feel like perhaps I should have learned a little bit more about this game before this, but at the same time, it definitely makes it interesting because whatever I choose, I have no idea if it's good or not based on like the colors off to the side. That's my only kind of like warnings to think. Like as far as I can tell, this area has like nothing bad except it's got no trees. What's like on the edge here? Shallow clay. I don't know. Let's. I don't even know if I can like start here specifically. Let's see. Recenter. Maybe I'm not even getting to choose somewhere. That would be interesting too. Now, I did read in keybinds that like enter is to accept stuff. I figured that that would at least be useful to know that. I'm gonna say play now because I don't see anything to select. It'd be very interesting to see where it puts me because obviously it looks like I don't get to choose, but I did have a good read of what's around here, at least to kind of understand what I'm looking at. All right. So it's a little different than I thought. I kind of thought perhaps it would be a similar kind of concept as like RimWorld, where you kind of get to choose a location and that's where you start. However, obviously, this is kind of like this is the world you've got. Do you like it? Do you not? You could rerun it, and if you do like it, let's begin, kind of thing. It's very interesting. I guess it's creating its first kind of like save point. I did read that it saves, I think, a couple of times a year in the game. So I'm not sure how frequently that is. Might just take this moment to adjust my air conditioning. It's just a tiny bit too cold. Yesterday was way too hot by the time I was finishing. Alright. Select a game type to begin. The Fortress Adventurers coming soon.